Welcome to the winds of Jupiter. "2016 was a year of completion. I know many, including myself, who will be happy to leave 2016 in the dust. 2017 is the year of endings and new beginnings. I dreamt the other night for you to follow where Pluto, the planet of transformation and endings and beginnings, is in your chart with respect to the other planets, which makes sense since 2017 is a year of endings and new beginnings. Mars is direct all of 2017, so energy from the warrior planet shouldn't be an issue. As we go into 2017, Mercury will be retrograde until January 8th. This is a hangover time from New Year's, and perhaps it's best to defer your New Year's resolutions until the 8th of January, when all the planets will be direct until February 6th. This definitely is an auspicious time. However, 2017 is not a year of immediate gratification. Work hard and stay cool and collected, and rewards will come to you. It's like, or as if, I hear the tumblers of a safe slowly clicking into place. When the safe is finally open, you will receive what you deserve. 2017 is a prelude to the up-and-coming stellar year of 2018. Before we get started, I'd like to explain my unique tarot spread that I put together so you have a more fulfilling experience in your readings. The 7 core cards depict the 7 chakra energy points of the body. The 3 cards on the left depict the bottom part of the body, the spine, the pelvic, the solar plexus. The center is the heart. To the right is the throat, the third eye, and the crown. They all have their own place in what you're doing in your life, but this is the unconscious inner self versus the conscious self on the right side. We've all done things in our lives that we're guilty of that we all of a sudden say, why did I do that? And why did I say that? I believe there's a massive disconnect between our unconscious self and our conscious self and the actions that we bring out into the outer world. The lower right-hand card is the base of the spine. This is a culmination of who you are, from past lives to childhood traumas, to childhood cherished memories, to today. We're ever evolving all the time, and that's why I call it sourcing and urgings instead of foundation. The second card up, the pelvic or the sacrum, depicts actually emotional and spiritual growth, or growth of any kind, and also sexual prowess, and how you think about all this in your unconscious mind and how it comes out into the world. I call this the awakening or the arousing for growth, but it's more on a cosmic level because the cosmos has natural laws that are in harmony. But then we go up here to the solar plexus, which actually they call the navel, as well. And we're dealing with something completely different because this is a universal life force that you're thinking about. And it's more of feeling and sensing, is what I call it. And you're erupting into an awakening close to your subconscious. The central card, as I had mentioned, is the heart of the matter or the situation. You're concerning. You're caring and concerning and loving, but you have questions and you want them answered. The bottom right is the throat, and I call this the communicating and teaching. But actually, we should be listening as much as we communicate. This is where you make your moral values, your ethical moral values. This is where you change as you're going into a society and how you feel about it. The second card up is called seeing or visualizing. It's the third eye in chakra. Something close to enlightenment and putting things into perspective. And the crowning card on the top right, I consider knowing and understanding. But knowing is one thing, but if you can't apply it to wise actions, it's not wisdom. When I'm done with that, I would be putting the card on the left side that will represent your past. I will be putting a card on the right side that represents your future. And then I will be using the bottom of the card of the deck as more of the energy of the reading. And it could be the outcome, but we really don't know. And at the end of that, we will be putting one of Doreen Virtue's angel cards out to see what's up for 2017. I'll be using the Conley Tarot deck for all the readings. It's new to me. I have a new channel. We have a new year. And I decided that it was time to buy a new deck of cards, and actually I really like them. So onward with the readings. Hi there, Gemini. Let's see what you have in store for the year 2017. At the base of your spine, in your sourcing and urgings, you have the Two of Wands. You're at the cusp of a decision. You're at the fork in a road. But you're not really worried about the consequences more than doing proper management planning. If I do this, therefore I have to do that. And do I have the resources for it? Underneath each of the chakra energy points, I have a miniature Rider-Waite card as a clarification card. And you have the Six of Swords. Whatever decision you make, you're going to go into calmer waters. You're going to feel calm after you've made this decision. Up here in the pelvic or sacrum, what I'm calling the awakening or the arousing, you have the Knight of Pentacles. He offers something of value. Normally it's of money, but here in this position in the spread, he's offering the value of emotional and spiritual growth. And you actually have grown emotionally and spiritually. Clarification card is the King of Pentacles. The King has acumen. He has the ability to make good decisions. And you have made good decisions, and you're growing as a person emotionally, spiritually, and even sexually. Up here in the solar plexus are what I call feeling and sensing is the world. You've come a full revolution. You've come to a completion of a cycle, and you're going to be launching into a new cycle. You have a very well-balanced person on your unconscious side. Let's see what the clarification card is. And this is the Hanged Man. It's telling you to meditate and think about where you're going from this completion to your new cycle. Here in the heart of the matter is the Queen of Wands. She can be fury energy, but she's open. for suggestions and new things, and she wants you to review where you came from, where you're at now, and where you're going. A lot of times it's consequences with her, but I don't feel that in the heart of the matter here. Let's see what the clarification card is. And here you got the Nine of Cups, the wish card. You've wished for a long time about something, and now you're getting a yes answer for it. Could be something about the decision that you're making here, or launching into the new cycle up here in your feelings and sensings. Down here in the throat, and what I call communicating and teaching, is the Six of Pentacles. I consider this the alms card. You're generously and charitably giving money away. But when this is in the communicating and teaching part of the spread, it's more than just giving money away and helping people become independent again that's been downtrodden. But you're actually teaching them to grow spiritually and emotionally. And here the clarification card is the Death card. People are transforming from your help and assistance, but it's also transforming you too. The giver always receives beneficial feelings from seeing people appreciate what they've done. Here in the third eye, or what I call the seeing and envisioning, you got the Tower. A lot of people look at this like ruin. Everything's been blown up, property, moving from property. But in this position here, it's telling me that you've made some sudden realization, and it's been disturbing. It's kind of shaking the ground underneath you. The clarification card is you got the Six of Pentacles again. So here it is that perhaps you've been too generous, and it hasn't been to your benefit to be that generous. See what's going on up here in the crown of the reading, which is knowing and understanding. The Queen is very phlegmatic. She can be very logical, but she's reminding you now that she plays life like a game. And she's like a chess game, actually, and she's 3 moves ahead in her planning, and she wants you to do that too. She's reminding you to review what you're doing, and very copiously and in detail. All right, and for the clarification card, you got the Eight of Swords. You're feeling bound and tied to something. Maybe helping these people with the Six of Pentacles has been now more of an expectation to these people than a gift. Geminis don't like routines, and this is not to your liking at all. Your past card is the Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is a celebratory card, but it's from usually some type of competition or contest, but I'm not feeling that here. You have things to celebrate, you've accomplished. But if you did have some type of competition, it was just within yourself to make yourself better. And your future card is the Page of Wands. He can herald opportunities and new chances at things, but can also be fire energy and playing with fire. And I think that's where they want you, where the Queen wants you to rethink things, and the Hangman too, for your future actions, to make sure that what you've decided and now detailed planned is you're going to be able to pull it off. Oh, I forgot to do the bottom of the deck card. Just a minute. And you got the Empress. Fertility. Nurturing, typically, is what they're calling it. Infrequently pregnancy. But in my mind, it's more about material senses and the pleasure of life. And I think you've had a lot of pleasure of life. So this is actually an outcome more than it is just the energy of the reading itself. And here's the Doreen Virtue Messages from Angels card, and you got Vanessa. To make your decision, ask yourself which way brings me closer to my divine purpose, which way takes me away from it. So it comes back again to making a decision. But you've grown as a person. You've had reasons to celebrate. You're on a new cycle. You have even the wish card. But there's been some things here in your conscious self in the outer world that you're going to have to equilibrate and make some decisions about. You know where you're going, but I think other people around you have had an influence on you, and I think you're going to have to go back into your inner self, as it's saying here, to make you closer to your divine purpose. Well, it looks like you're going to have a great year 2017.